Michael, we'll start with an injury update as we usually do. How is everyone after the weekend?
I think most people have come out of it great, so I don't think there's any really updates on that. Jack Moynihan obviously got on the pitch, which was fantastic. So he's good to go again for a few minutes. So yeah, we're all good and where we were before.
We were talking to Jack just now, and he seemed very happy to just be able to get back and stake his claim to the first team. Like you said, it's so often it's about planning for next season almost in some ways. He was nice to remind you of what he can do.
Yeah, I think he's been great because with the long-term injuries, you're never sure whether he was going to make it, but he's worked so hard behind the scenes, and I've said it before. His mentality is fantastic, and just to get him back before the end of the season, to play a small part of what we're doing is great, and it gets me a chance to look at him in the changes we've made as well. So very good.
And just a quick reflection on Bolton. I remember listening to your post-match interview. Your excitement was palpable. Everyone seemed to enjoy it. Everyone around the stadium enjoyed it. It's been popping off on social media as well, that Rico Hackett free kick. I suppose it's everything you wanted in a 90-minute performance.
Yeah, I thought we were good. I thought we were really good, especially the first 20-25 minutes to go 2-0 up. I thought we dominated the game, and they're a team that had to come and win, and who have been doing well this season. They're up there, they're a big club. I thought we completely dominated it at home in front of a big crowd, a great atmosphere, but more so without the ball as well. We were good. Obviously, and then what really pleased me when it went to 2-2, we kept at it, and we probably had a 5-minute spell in the second half where they tried to throw things at us, but then I think after that we completely controlled the game. So, in terms of performances, one of the better performances this season, which is pleasing. And like you say, some great goals in there as well. The way we win the ball back, the corners, the set pieces, Colo's taking his goals, everything we wanted to be. And then obviously the free kick, which was, I don't know who masterminded that from the staff, but Mason and George are arguing over it, but we have some analysts there. So the story behind that is our analysts that go in, obviously in the top end, saw that the keeper was really high, came down to Scotty and the other staff, and we discussed how we could get that into the players at half time. And we show clips at half time, we try and give them some information, and then the quality that Rico showed to execute is fantastic.
That's up to 30 set-piece goals as well this season, which is 6 more than anyone else in the entire of the top 4 divisions. Just how important have they been this season as well?
I think they're really important to every club up and down the country, not just us. And I think everyone knew we brought in an AI company we work with called Maestro that's really big behind the scenes for us. But it's not just that; it's having more attention from the coaching staff on it. And obviously Scotty Fry leads that, and he's done a fantastic job. But all the coaching staff have an input into everything we do, set pieces. We also have a group of players that are willing to work hard on it, and I don't think you can ever forget that. It's fine having all these things behind the scenes, but the lads work really hard and focus and attention on it, and they have done every session we do on it, whether it's 1 session, 2 sessions a week, in trying to improve it. And in the end, it's probably been that real edge that we've had as a team, and you can definitely see opposition fearful of our set pieces now and trying to change things to try and adapt for us. Even at the extent where we actually played a short one at the weekend because we thought they would do something to try and put more bodies in the box so we could draw more bodies out. So it's a little bit of cat and mouse now because they're trying to stop us doing something so then we can react to that. So it's a fantastic, I think, positive thing for the season. I think when I came in to this job, set pieces were probably a bit of an issue, defending and attacking. But I think this season we're really proud of the work we've done on that.
I mean, Jez has mentioned on multiple interviews that we've done with him the need to get the most bang for your buck almost, because obviously we've not got the biggest budget in the entire of the division. You mentioned AI there. What are those sort of the advantages that you're looking for, those different niche markets to almost exploit that you can get the upper hand on your opponents?
Yeah, I think it's just looking into insight, data, stats that we work on every day. But again, it comes down to coaching it, it comes down to players delivering on it, it comes down to the quality on the day, it comes down to lots of facets and nuances. But I think, like we've always said, we have to find little wins in certain areas, but they're important to everyone. You only have to ask Arsenal, who are probably one of the top teams who have got a huge budget, and it's important to them as well. In League One, goals are scored generally in transition, in set pieces and crosses, because of the nature of League One. It looks different probably in different leagues, but in League One, most of the goals are coming from those 3 areas.
Is your plans for the summer then becoming clearer and clearer? As you mentioned, you're wanting to almost get a plan for next season. Is your summer becoming more idealistic, I suppose?
I think so. I think we're really clear about how we want to move forward, what we want things to look like. That's including a lot of different things, and not always in our control. But I think as a football side of things, I think we're clear about how we want to be, and there's some really good positives that we keep moving forward on. But first and foremost, we want to end the season on a positive note, and I think we've started to look really good against teams that probably people didn't expect us to go get points. We've had a great Easter weekend with 6 points, 2 good results, but for me more so 2 good performances. So it's about moving forward with the performances and trying to finish the season positively in terms of performances, seeing if we can get points against 2 top teams in this division, and then look to next year.
You can probably run out of superlatives for James Collins, but since he's come in, he's got the best minutes to goals ratio in the entirety of the league. Just how impeccable is he? Oh,
he's been great. He's been great as a player. When he gets on the end of things and we can get him in the box, he sniffs things out. Like I said before, he's got a great finish. He's doing what he's done all his career, which is score goals. And when we decided to bring him in January, that's what we thought he'd do for us, and there's been no surprises there. We knew what he could do. More so, it's what could he add to the team in and around the build. And I think in other areas of his game, he's getting better and in improving on how we want him to be as well. So even though he's a bit older, he's still learning. He's definitely learning the way that we want to do things. And I think over the last few games, few weeks, he's probably adapting to how we want to do things as well. With and without the ball, he's adding to his all-round game as well. So he's looking smoother in lots of things, and also scoring the goals, which we want. And he's just a class act when it comes to finishing. He's, like you say, he's got 10 goals, probably the best goals per minute in the league, which is fantastic, which is brilliant. And we just want to keep building. But the other thing is he's helping the young players around him. But he's a winner. He's a winner. He wants to score. He wants to win, and that's what we need in the building.
Stockport, they're destined for the playoffs. An incredible job that Dave Challen has done at the club. They're going to be tough opposition. Yeah,
really tough opposition. I think he's done a great job from coming up last season, putting them into the playoffs. They've been in and around the playoffs probably all year, and I think they've just pulled away from the rest and cemented their place in those playoff positions. And I think it's a great job that their coaching staff and he's done. Got some really good players there. They really did strengthen in January as well. When you see players like Owen Moxon come in, and other players around it, like strengthen even more to try and have a big push. And they're a tough team. I don't think they've lost at home since probably the 4th of January against Mansfield. So they're a brilliant team at home. So we know we're in for a tough game, but we're hoping we can go there and again put a performance on and try and get the 3 points.
And the threats seem to come from all over the pitch. How do you go about nullifying not just one threat, but like multiple different threats from all over the pitch?
Yeah, they're good all over the pitch. I think they're physically strong. They've got some strong players up front and they're fast up front. They've got some good technical midfielders with some experience, and they're solid at the back. So they have everything as a team. They can play, they can mix it, they can put it on you, they can do everything. But I thought, when they came to our place, I thought it was one of our better performances this season. When they're at our place, I thought we did well against them, and we'll try and show that again. And we want to take the game to them as much as possible. They'll be at home, no doubt. We know that, but they'll have the home crowd. In terms of a backing. But I'm looking forward to. I think it's fancy dress this weekend, isn't it, with our fans? And I think we've got a few numbers going. So I'm looking forward to seeing the crowd as well, and our fans getting behind us, who I thought have been magnificent the last few games, especially at Bolton at home on Monday.